Lights go down, the screen glows bright. Another world, another fight. Loading up, my fate's unknown, but I won't face this game alone. Jumping high, dodging fast. One more level, make it last. Power up, I'm feeling strong. Can't stop now, the game's still on. Press start, here we go. One more life, one more road. Win or lose, it's all the same. Gotta play the game. Every choice, a path to take. Every boss, a move to make. Glitches, battles, highs and lows. Respawn fast and take control. Jumping high, dodging fast. One more level, make it last. Power up, I'm feeling strong. Gross models plays all night long. Press start, here we go. One more life, one more road. Win or lose, it's all the same. Gross models leads the game. Clock is ticking, stakes are high. Final battle, do or die. Grab the loot, claim the throne. This is it, I'm in the zone. Press start, here we go. One more life, one more road. Through the fire, through the pain. Gross models plays again. Gross models plays again. Press start, here we go. One more life, one more road. Through the fire, through the pain. Gross models plays again. Up alone on a world of dust. Endless silence, iron and rust. No blue skies, no rivers wide. Just an empty planet, dead inside. But I've got my tools, I've got my plans. A lonely dream in my two hands. One seed, one step, one breath at a time. I'll paint the sky and make it shine. Nozzle set to wide, satisfying, smooth and bright. Moss and mildew, streaks and rust. Chris, don't stop till it's dust. Wash it away, wash it away. Filth don't stand a chance today. Soap and suds, make it shine. Every nozzle, every line. Towers filthy, not for long. Patios wrecked, Chris stays strong. Driveway covered, oil stains. Jet stream power clears the way. Fences faded, decks look rough. Turn it up, that's the stuff. Satisfying every time. One more job, one more shine. Hold up, missed a spot. Tiny speck, I think not. Change the nozzle, hit it right. 100%, that's my night. Wash it away, wash it away. Every speck is gone, hooray. Time to flex, job is done. Now let's find another one. Wash it away. Wash it away.
Hello, good evening, and welcome once again. I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is Power Wash Simulator. I'm joined tonight. Jeff is away, so I'm joined by Dan,
Hi.
because Dan is back. Dan's been away for a couple
Yes.
of weeks, ghost busting, but now he's returned to
Yep.
power washing. So, hello to you, Dan. Welcome back. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thanks for having me back. It's always fun to get into. I always look forward to it.
Oh, it's always good fun, yep. Gemma and Stefan are in the chat saying hello to everybody, so hello to both of you. And anybody else that's in there lurking. If you're lurking, come along, say hello in chat. You know, we don't buy it often. So, come and say hello. This is Power Wash Simulator. If you're new to the channel and new to what we do, it's a game that shouldn't be as fun as it is.
Yeah.
If I was invited to the pitch meeting for it, there's no way that it would get the go ahead. But it just is. It's just relaxing. It's there's a dopamine rush when you get the ding for having finished a particular section. It's just fun. Just is.
Yeah, it's a kind of weird digital meditation thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just noticed that the roofs of these are filthy, so let me come over and do these, because otherwise this bit's done. This is a solar power station that for some reason is covered in sand and they didn't bother to clean off ever. So it's obviously not working very well.
Yeah, this is a place that really should have its own power washing stuff, because it would need to have this done pretty regularly.
Yeah, out in the middle of the desert, it's bound to pick up lots of stuff.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's finish that then. So yeah, it's one we've been doing on and off, or I've been doing on and off for a while actually. So it's I wouldn't say almost finished, but it's 32% done. But it looks more than that. It's obviously lots of nooks and crannies and stuff that we haven't done. So
yeah, well, it looks like we're mainly focusing on the central tower thing in the middle here first, but yeah, there's not very many solar panels for this being an actual power station.
No, not as many as I would expect, although there is a big one over this side as well.
Yeah, but they should all be facing the same direction.
You would have thought, but it's obviously broken, so
they would normally all be facing south. I don't
to be honest, you don't know that. You don't know where this is in the world. It could be south of the equator, in which case they should all be facing northish, but
yeah, but even facing different directions, still
it's not very efficient. Well, it doesn't really matter which way they're facing, covered in muck. So,
yeah.
The Bobbins is in as well, saying hello in chat. Gemma's saying audio and video are good. Thank you very much.
Yes, excellent.
So yeah, it's been one of those weeks where nothing much has been going on. What have I done? I've done some soldering, or as Dan would probably call it, soldering.
In my head, I generally call it soldering, because that's how I always called it when I first encountered the process. I don't know why we don't pronounce the L here.
I have no idea, but then I mean, at least you spell it with it in it. You don't take it away.
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
like
we didn't
colour.
change the spelling of it. That would at least make sense for why it's pronounced the way it is. But I don't know, especially since I do it for a living. But,
is it nationally soldering, or is it just dialects, or?
Yeah, no, it seems to be
everywhere
nationally referred to as soldering.
It's very strange.
Yeah. Until I got my first job doing it, I always, in my head, I always called it soldering, because I never heard anybody say it out loud.
Yeah, it's not a word that's often used, I must admit. Yeah.
Yeah. And hello, Penny.
Yeah, if you see it written down, that's how you would say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
be
when
fun.
when
No,
you
I
first
hate
heard it,
being
you don't
wrong.
remember anyone explaining to you, and we say it like this because
Yeah. It nobody seems to know.
it's very strange.
It is.
But yes, I've started making a game shield for the Arduino Uno board.
Cool.
So it's got 6 buttons on it and a screen. When it's finished, it will just slot on the top of an Arduino thing, and we'll have a library of games available for it, and it's going to be fun.
Oh, excellent.
And then the next part of the course is to actually make an Arduino board.
Oh,
Which,
okay. So you're making the Arduino itself?
making the Arduino itself, yeah. I mean, it isn't as difficult as it sounds, really, when you look at it. It's just mainly a chip.
Yeah.
Pretty
But
much one
there's
chip,
quite a bit of
a couple of
porting.
resistors and diodes and capacitors and
Yeah.
things, but
So
it's
is this
primarily
a
one
kit
chip.
that you're doing?
Sorry?
Is this one of the kits that you get?
Yeah, this is part of the Crafting Table Academy.
Okay.
It's a 6-month course that I signed up for with Crafting Table. Obviously, they're the people that I've got a lot of the electronic stuff from.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing a course which covers AI coding, robotics, and that sort of thing. So month 1 was pretty much the 30 Days Lost in Space kit, which I've already done,
Yeah.
but I'm in the process of doing again anyway, to introduce the basics of coding and things like that. Month 2 is the sort of prototyping with perf boards, and making this Uno board is the sort of end of the month. Next month is AI, where we're going to be making an AI companion cube, which apparently is completely self-sufficient. It runs on
cool.
sort of an Arduino type board with AI enhancements,
Mm-hmm.
and has voice and camera and stuff on it. So that I'm very much looking forward to.
Oh, yeah.
Month 4 is home automation. So there's lots of smart plugs and stuff like that to connect up, I assume, to the AI network, so you can control lights and switches and things. Month 5 is ethical hacking.
Okay.
So it's about, I think they provide you with or you make a form of that. I can't remember what it's called now. The hacking USB type Wi-Fi device.
Yeah.
Zero or something, or I can't remember exactly what it's called. But I've seen a couple of videos about them. But you make one of them that sort of sniffs out Wi-Fi networks and that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And month 6 is 3D printing.
Okay.
So teaching all about that and how to use AI to do it and create things and all sorts of stuff. So it's not the sort of thing I can make videos on, most of it. The first couple of months, the second month, I am making a video about making the game shield, because I can sort of video bits of that and soldering and setting it up and at least showing bits and then making it and then showing it again, sort of thing.
Okay.
So that will be coming out in a few weeks when I finish making it, basically. So most of it is not video friendly.
Yeah.
For the 30 Days Lost in Space, I am remaking my video for that. So I've done, I think, 10 days of that so far. When I get a fair spare day, I try and do a few days of that to get them ready and uploaded. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's good, and I'm learning some stuff. I've always been good at and done electronics and stuff. Soldering is not new to me.
Mm-hmm.
But the coding side of things was very new to me doing the 30 days, and is still, I don't understand most of it. But I'm trying to learn. That's the important thing. You've got to keep learning, haven't you?
Oh yeah. Yep. Trying to pick up a new skill here and there, but that's very cool.
So yeah. So apart from doing that, I'm still waiting on having my second eye corrected.
Hmm.
But getting by with one at the moment. It's doing all right. That one's doing all the heavy lifting. So you say you were off the last couple of weeks doing some ghost busting. How was that? Did that go well? Well attended?
Yeah. Yeah. The one last weekend was a brand new convention. It was the very first time it was held. It was just called the Halfway to Halloween Con, and it was at a local kind of social gathering place that some folks opened, and it was so well attended. They've basically already outgrown the venue.
Cool.
So next year it should be in some place a little bit bigger, but it was a lot of fun. Met a sort of celebrity, since it was a little thing, and it's not like they got anybody big name there, but from Shaun of the Dead, the zombie that was like a big guy that they were throwing the records at towards the beginning of the film.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, he was there.
Oh, cool.
And turns out that he also played Tor Johnson's part in a musical that was produced in London for Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Oh, right, yeah.
And so that was kind of cool. I just kind of hung out and talked to him for a little while.
Nice.
And just had a lot of fun and finding people. Got to shock some folks. We've got one of those shock boxes from the first Ghostbusters movie that Bill Murray was using. Yeah. We've got one of those.
Cool.
Like the authentic unit.
Yep.
And we've got it wired into a thing. It's a little piezoelectric spark thing that you use to like start up a barbecue grill.
Okay, yeah.
But so it's not very much, but it's got a little bit of a shock to it that we can use.
Yep.
And so we have some Zener cards and have people actually do the thing like in the movie.
And do they get it wrong?
What do you think is on the card? Oh yeah. But
you've not found a psychic then?
No. It's some people. It's kind of weird that after the first shock, people actually get better at guessing.
That is scary.
Yeah, that's just weird. But and then there are some people that just get literally every single one of them wrong.
Oh, they make that like you're doing it deliberately.
I don't do like Pinkman does in the film, where he doesn't actually show the cards to the guy as they're going, because even if he got it right, he shocked him. No, I flip it over and show them what the card is. But
it's strange. It's always the guys that get it wrong. The pretty girls always get it right. It's scary.
Yeah. But it's kind of difficult actually to get a pack of those Zener cards with those symbols that isn't marked.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Because they're pretty much universally used as a scam.
Yeah.
Or a trick. And so getting an unmarked deck is really, really hard. The vast majority you're ever going to find are going to be marked decks.
That's interesting. I suppose you could print them fairly easily, but then you're still not really going to print them on heavy enough cards to be worthwhile.
Yeah, exactly. And then it feels less credible because there's something that you made yourself.
Yeah.
too.
Although,
And
honest, I made it
so-
myself to be fair. If I didn't make it myself, it wouldn't be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, on these cards, if somebody knows what to actually look for, they can tell you what's on them. Yeah, on the back of it, it's got a design that's the same for all of them, except for in one tiny little area, there's like a person figure and some like little bird silhouettes in the background. The number of birds will tell you what's on the card.
Yeah, well, I mean, with traditional playing cards, there's lots of different variations of marked decks. But the one that uses the normal bicycle deck, is very. Even knowing that it's marked and looking at it, it's like I can't tell what it is without being pointed out.
It's
where
hard
you've got
to
look.
see.
And even if you knew it was
where
marked,
it is.
you could probably find out. Oh, that's a bit different, but you've got no way of knowing what it means without learning it, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting. And obviously, for those, there's six variations, 6 different options.
I think they're 5 or 6. It's circle, a plus sign,
wavy
circle
lines and
plus
star.
square, wavy lines, star. I think that's it.
Yeah, I can't think of
5.
any more. So maybe 5. Yeah. So to mark a choice of 5 is a lot easier than a choice of 52. Yeah, that's interesting.
Though trying to actually, test people on whether they have their claimed abilities, a regular deck would be better, or just not using cards at all, because, let's pick a medium that's had hundreds of years of people understanding how to beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a comedian sketch thing, and he was saying about psychics and mystics and people who talk to the dead. And it's like, yeah, he's on stage and he's got the spirits of all the dead people behind him, but obviously they can't tell him the name. Can't say, I'm John and I died over there. But he says, I'm getting a J. It's like, yeah, because if you're talking to the dead people, then obviously that's what they're going to tell you.
Yeah.
They're talking over your shoulder. You can hear dead people, but they're going to be cryptic about it. Yeah. Okay.
It's called cold reading. Or in the case of a lot of these stage show kind of things, it's hot reading, because they have
they found out
people come in and actually write things down. Yeah,
cold reading is actually quite an interesting and useful skill.
Yeah.
Sort of micro.
Yeah, I would love to
stuff
actually
like
learn
that.
how to do that.
It's really quite scary how much information the average person gives away without giving away any information.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Sherlock Holmes trick of being able to just look at somebody and tell a whole bunch of personal info.
Yeah. I can hear someone moving ladders or scaffolding. I can't tell which.
Yeah, I'm working on some of these pipes here behind you.
I'm getting a bit bored with this now. I'm going to leave it and go and do something more interesting. But done the front
not
bit.
exactly fantastic shapes to work with here. They're just sort of, at least there's a bit of variety.
Someone says, you may well ask, why wash down the water facilities when they are purely legacy and not involved in the day-to-day running of the operation? So apparently some of this is not being used at all. That's probably why it's got so bad. Might get another text message from him to tell us what's going on. But
Yeah.
It's interesting when you hose down the sand underneath everything, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, the sand itself doesn't seem to... It just sort of instantly soaks up the water and sort of vanishes.
Well, the water gets soaked up instantly from everywhere, doesn't it? So
Yeah. So we are kind of in a desert, so it's not super bizarre that it would evaporate quickly, but
true. So how have people in chat? How's your week been? Anything interesting happening out in the world? In the UK here, next week we have another bank holiday, another public holiday. So
nice.
I was talking to Jeff a couple of weeks ago about bank holidays and things. You don't have them.
Nope. At least they're not called that. We
No.
have, national holidays, but
yeah,
each one has its own name. It's not like just a generic term
yeah.
put on it.
Most of them do have a sort of sub name. This is like this is May Day. It's the May Day bank holiday from, and then in 3 weeks' time we have another one, which is the spring bank holiday. But they basically just mean a day off work for most people. Although it basically treats the day as a Sunday. So for most people it's a day off work, although for a lot of people it isn't now, because Sundays are basically just another day.
Yeah. Any place in retail or food or any of those kind of industries, it's not going to be any different. Hopefully they at least get paid extra for being there.
That's the theory, although I think that's changed a lot now as well. Because again, Sundays are taken to be just a normal day of the week, so... One of the joys of running your own business and being your own boss.
Yeah.
Do what you like. So, we don't open on the bank holidays at all. Although we do work Saturdays, so, it's all swings and roundabouts. The Bobbins is going on holiday next week. Going to Thailand and Laos for 2 weeks. Sounds pleasant.
Wow.
I bet that's going to be quite warm.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
I assume they've got Wi-Fi, so you'll still be watching, of course. Stefan was just beginning to think he's actually going to finish this solar panel before moving on to the next thing, but no. I finished the little one, just not the big one. It was your fault for thinking that. That's what did it. That was what made me move on. I know it annoys you when I move on, Stefan, but that's just the way my brain works. I get bored with things very easily and have to go and do something else before my brain shuts down. Oh,
Yeah,
that
it's
dinged
been
just a
nice.
little bit too early. I had a nice chunk just to clean and it all disappeared.
Ah. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit frustrating when you see an obvious, oh, well, you know, I've got this piece left here I can do. But it, like, counts it early and takes that piece
And other
away.
bits count it. You can't see any more dirt on it anywhere, and it's not digging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the balancing is not perfect. Yeah, I should have learned by now. Hopefully the Wi-Fi will be okay, says the Bobbins. I'm sure it will. If not, complain to them. Tell them, you know, look, I've got a watch. There's live streams going on that I'm missing. I haven't heard any news about Powerwash Sim 2 yet. It's still sort of coming soon.
Yeah. I have seen some Planet Crafter updates. They're really ramping up some cool stuff.
Yeah, there's the Moons update coming soon on that. That's
Yeah. And apparently the two planets, you know, Prime and Humble, are in the same star system. So now you can travel between them.
yeah. Although
Or at least
if
there
you've
will
started
be.
both of them, then you can't, or you can, but you have to start again on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't link themselves if you've started them.
Yeah.
So that's somewhat annoying because I have, but Katie hasn't. So when Katie's almost finished,
Okay.
so
On
when she's
Prime?
finished on Prime, yep. So once
Okay.
she's finished Prime, and hopefully the DLC, the download, the update happens, then she'll be able to go to Humble from Prime
Yeah.
and sort of continue rather than having to start fresh.
Yeah. Having all those, you know, things unlocked first should make it a pretty fast process.
Yeah, and you can set up transport between the two as well, so you can send things backwards and forwards, resources and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to make it too easy, but
I don't know. I kind of doubt that. So, you know, I know at least with Humble, it's the world itself, that just the layout is trickier to deal with.
yeah,
But
it'd certainly
Yeah,
be
the,
easier if you can start it taking, you know, enough to build
hmm
a moderate
yeah,
base.
being able to bring resources with you is definitely going to help.
Powerwashing. Yeah. Bit windy out here, so I can keep hearing the wind blowing in the background. Expecting to see sand flurries, but obviously that's a bit beyond them.
Yeah, I don't think I'm really hearing our birds.
I keep hearing the occasional bird as well. I've got headphones on, so it's obviously a bit
okay.
more in-depth audio, shall we say? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're getting more of the subtleties.
Not sure where the birds are.
Yeah. 'Cause, assume they're in some of the bits of scrub and brush that we're seeing scattered around. On Thursday night, I saw Thunderbolts. It was very good.
Yep. Yeah, I've got another
I
friend
enjoyed it
that's
a
seen
lot.
that.
It was definitely a very different Marvel-style film, but it was really well made. It was
Cool.
really good. It reminded me a lot of like the Guardians of the Galaxy style thing, where
Right.
it's just
Okay.
sort of
Yeah.
a whole bunch of weirdos that really shouldn't, be together, but wind up, coming
Yeah.
together as a group. And
Yeah,
they're
I'm
basically
interested
all
in
terrible
seeing that,
people.
but I'll wait till it's available on streaming rather than going
Okay.
out anywhere to watch it. But yeah,
Yeah, this one's not one of those that, it's a definite has to be theater thing, but for me,
I spent-
Superman's one of those.
yeah. I
That'll be
spent about a half hour earlier today talking to my AI about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, trying to find out
okay.
a complete listing of Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Hmm.
So she started off just telling me all the films and that. I said, well, what about the series as well? So she put the series in the timeline. Sort of, I wanted to know if I was going to watch it from without having seen any of them, what order should I watch them in? So she suggested either the chronological order from starting with Captain America,
Yeah.
or the order in which they came out, like the order
Yeah,
in which
those
most
are the
people have
two
seen
that
them.
I think of.
Um,
It's either chronological or release order.
So, but then I had a few bouts of back and forth with her about other things that should be included into it, because she didn't put I say original, but you know what I mean, the original Spider-Man movies, Garfield and that in there.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they should be in there now, shouldn't it? Because
Yeah.
they're an alternate timeline part of. So she put them in as well. She did put the new Daredevil in it, but she didn't put the old Daredevil in it.
Yeah, which
So I
is
said,
definitely
what about that?
part of the continuity.
That's got to be part of it. And she was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'll put that in as well. So but
Yeah, I
it
would say-
ended up,
Yeah, 'cause I would say most of the Netflix shows are probably in continuity, even if they don't go back to it. I don't know if we'll ever see any Iron Fist stuff again. 'Cause
yeah,
that
no,
was
she
so
did
poorly
put that in it
received.
after I said about Daredevil. She's gone back and put in all of that and the Defenders, and
Mm-hmm.
I said, what about X-Men?
Yeah.
Technically X-Men is a part of it now.
Yep.
So she's
Well,
had all them
especially-
in there.
Once we hit Secret Wars, Doomsday, there's going to be just, it's going to be a complete multiversal, just chaos.
Yeah, well, that was already Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Multiversal chaos sums that film up quite well.
Yeah.
As that's prompted me to remind her to put the Fantastic Four in the listing.
Mm-hmm. Don't think we need the previous Fantastic Fours, though. Oh, yeah, Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Jeez. Wow, even those.
I don't think we need the more recent one,
Yeah.
I didn't particularly enjoy that one. I did start watching that again last night and got halfway through it and went to sleep. But I
Yeah.
will finish that one off.
I think that's one of those that I started and it just wasn't very entertaining, and I just sort of stopped watching it and
Yeah.
put on something else.
But yeah, as I say, you've got as you say, Johnny Storm in it in Deadpool, so
Yeah.
that was brilliant. I like that bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's listed them all the series in the order in which you should watch them to chronologically have them make sense. And I asked her how long it would take to watch them.
Oh.
Would you care to hazard a guess? In
Um,
hours.
120 hours.
You're not even in the ballpark.
Oh.
It's 456 and a half.
Wow.
It really is ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, admittedly, that's everything that's sort of vaguely canon. So there's a few animated series in there as well, and the Marvel What If series and things like that.
Which
So-
I would count the what ifs, because there's stuff that I think we're probably going to wind up seeing in the upcoming things,
Yeah,
like Doomsday and Secret Wars. I think we're going to wind up seeing some of the what if stuff in there. Well, I mean, we already did actually in Multiverse of Madness. We saw Captain Carter.
Yep.
Oh, and the what was his name? Damn it. The guy whose voices his powers.
Oh yes, yeah. I don't
Tuning
remember
fork
his
in his
name,
head.
but yeah, that was from the
Yeah,
other
Captain
series
Pike.
that was in there, wasn't it? There
Yeah.
was,
Yeah, from Inhumans.
that's it. Yep.
So that would be on the list too.
Yep. Yeah, it's really quite scary, the depths that you can delve into.
Yeah. You know, and some of them probably just throw them in there just because. I mean, why not add in the Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie?
Yeah, I don't know it offhand, but is that the one from?
No, it was never released.
Oh right, I don't know then. I thought there was one ages ago that I can't think of, but
Yeah, it was done. It was some sort of financial thing where Corman got hold of the rights and they technically made the film, but it was never actually released to the public. You can get it at
right.
sci-fi cons and stuff. It's probably on YouTube.
probably yeah.
But
Most things are.
It's, absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
And then there's the Captain America movies with Reb Brown from the 70s.
I don't remember them. I do
Yeah,
remember
That was
Cap-
actually my first Captain America
Oh, right.
exposure.
I do
was
remember
those.
some Spider-Man movies from the 70s or early 80s.
Yeah,
But,
there was a Spider-Man TV show
Yeah.
that was live action, and
The Man from Atlantis
But-
isn't Marvel, is it? That's
no,
not even
no,
DC, is
it's
it?
not Namor.
That's not anything.
No, that's not part of anything
No,
that I'm aware of.
it's not Aquaman.
No. Besides, he's DC, but
Yeah.
it would be Namor for
That's the one.
Marvel
yeah.
flavor.
He was in one of them, wasn't he? He was in the.
Yeah,
Wakanda
he was
one?
in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, that was it.
Is it the guy that whenever they drew him, they always made him look like Spock in Speedos?
Did they? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they drew him. He always looked almost exactly like Leonard Nimoy when he was younger, in little green Speedos with wings on his ankles.
Of course, yeah.
But, actually, now I think of it, the George Lucas Howard the Duck movie might be part of things too, because Howard is Marvel.
Yeah, Howard was in Guardians, wasn't he?
Guardians, and yep. Yeah, he was in Guardians and the What If stuff.
I haven't watched the second What If stuff. I saw the first
Oh,
season.
okay. Yeah, in the second What If, Howard has a, significant bit.
Cool.
Because in the first series, they had him in there a little bit, but it continues on that storyline in the second season of it. And yeah, he meets a woman and gets married, and they have a kid.
Nice. Is it half duck?
Well, her last name is the Duck, but
Not physically.
she does have some bird traits. Her name's Birdie.
Okay. Birdie the duck.
And yep, Birdie the
Okay.
Duck. She normally just kind of looks like a blonde lady. With it kind of looks like she has like tattoos of wings on her upper arms,
All right.
but she can like spread her arms out and actual wings come out.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Really pretty cool. The mom is Darcy from Thor.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Jane's friend Darcy. Yeah. She and Howard get married.
Cool.
So she's Darcy the Duck. I think for that alone, it's pretty fun. But I think we're actually going to see Birdie in the Secret Wars stuff.
Yeah.
There's been hinting that the voice actress, who looks a lot like her animated version, is going to be appearing in live. So that'd
That's
be
good.
cool to
Yeah,
see
I
Birdie.
do enjoy that. I liked the Star Trek crossover with the Lower Decks,
Mhm.
where they did a live episode of that in
Yeah.
Brave New World. That was very good fun.
Just really wish that on that episode that they had the upper deckers really should have gone, why does the Enterprise look so different from what all
Yeah.
of the historical records say? Why is it like twice as big?
Yeah, why are there holograms everywhere? Yeah.
Yeah. These cabins are massive. The captain's quarters are like half the ship. Buildings. Yeah, it's kind of cool that this little station thing here has its own built-in ladders. That's kind of useful.
Right, there you are, Stefford. I'll come back to the bit that I missed out on. You alright? Feel better now? I had my little holiday away from it. Now come back. Yeah, we've been watching The Mandalorian. Well, I've been watching it again,
okay.
but Gemma hasn't ever seen it. So we started at the beginning, and I've been working our way through that. And yeah, she seems to be quite enjoying it. Some things I do have to explain to her occasionally, because obviously she hasn't got the backstory of decades of Star Wars. But most of it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, I think they write it pretty well to where it's not too bad to jump on it.
But we've made it through to the middle of the 3rd season now, so almost there.
Okay.
We did detour off and watch Boba Fett when we had to. Because I wasn't going to put Boba Fett on, because I didn't particularly enjoy it when I watched it. I thought it was alright, but it wasn't, But when we started season 3 of Mandalorian, and all of a sudden he had his new ship.
Yeah,
it was
that
like,
was
I'm
all
gonna have
in
to go
the
back
Boba Fett.
and watch that. So yeah, because there's basically one episode of Boba Fett that isn't got Boba Fett in it at all. It's just Mandalorian. So yeah, we detoured off and watched that, and then came back to Mandalorian again.
Yep, that's one that you kind of need to watch it in airing order. And then when you wrap that up, then you've got Ahsoka.
Yeah, I'd say I don't know if we're going to do Ahsoka. I'm not sure that that's one that she'll particularly enjoy. But I think Obi-Wan.
Okay.
I know. Again, Ahsoka, unless you've seen a lot of Rebels, isn't going to mean too much to you, is it?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it is kind of just the next season of Rebels. That show's worth it anyway, though, because it's so good.
I've never watched all of it. I've watched the first couple of seasons a lot, and then I think I've watched the 3rd season like once, and I started the 4th season, but then got distracted, and I don't think I've ever gone back to it.
Oh. Yeah, Rebels. Yeah, I mean, I didn't care for it that much at first because Space Aladdin just sort of irritated me, but he winds up being a wonderful character, and it just is such a good show. And they're going to be tying directly into it on Andor.
Again, Andor, I didn't enjoy. I watched half the first season and then just didn't bother.
Oh, that's too bad, because it's I think the best of all of them.
Yeah, I keep hearing that, but yeah, I don't know. I'll go back to it at some point.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't have lightsabers in it because it's
I
spy
don't
show.
think it needs lightsabers, but it didn't have enough Star Wars for me.
Yeah, see, I've heard other people say that, and I just don't get it.
Don't know. There wasn't anything. I mean, there's the occasional droid, but I mean, there weren't even
it is
stormtroopers or anything in it.
Human-centric.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I wish that they had was more other species some reason that just sort of seems to be the aesthetic for the show. I do think
Yeah,
that
I mean,
it
it's
should have
obviously
other
cheaper.
species more heavily involved. Yeah, don't have to worry about
Yeah.
the writing and stuff. But just the performances and the writing are so good, and it's made Mon Mothma into like a major actual character.
Yeah.
Because in Return of the Jedi, we have no idea who she is. She's just
No,
this lady
exactly.
who speaks very softly and introduces,
Bothans.
the fact that there's a new Death Star and here's what we're doing. But Andor basically explains her entire thing of, trying to fix things from the inside, and then comes a point that we'll actually see where she just calls it quits and openly joins the rebellion and kind of founds it.
Ah, right. Yeah. Yeah, I'll
it'll
definitely go
be-
back to it. I mean, now the second
Yeah.
season's out, I'll start the first one again and
Yeah,
catch up. But that was the same with The Witcher. I didn't particularly enjoy that. Watched a few episodes and didn't get into it. But then I was told, no, stick with it. You have to get into it. And I did really enjoy it the first season.
Mhm.
Again, couldn't really get into the second. But
never watched the second season of it.
no.
No, I enjoyed the first season, okay, but
Too much TV to watch, too little time to watch it.
yeah, that's part of the thing, is that there's just so much content that it becomes difficult. And with what they're doing with Andor right now is that they're actually each week they're releasing 3 episodes
Oh, right.
each Tuesday, which are kind of like little story arcs on their own. And so it's nice to have that, arc sort of wrapped up. But it's also a fairly chunky commitment to go through. I'm probably going to catch this past week's tomorrow.
That's what I'm in two minds about with a lot of these streaming shows, is episode length.
Okay.
I'm used to TV shows being basically an hour of watching, but then you can cut adverts out of that and make it down to 43 minutes or whatever is traditional for a modern TV show. But a lot of the streaming shows are variable lengths,
Yeah.
and I'm not
Yeah,
sure if I like it or not. I don't like it in that, if I decide I want to watch something, then I can put aside, 3/4 of an hour to watch it or half hour to watch it and fill that time with watching it. But now you can't. You can say, all right, I've got 45 minutes. I want to watch a show. You put it on and it's done in 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But equally, you can't say I've got half an hour to watch it, because then there'll be an episode that's 50 minutes long.
Yeah. Mando's real bad about that.
Yeah.
That some of them are, some of them are like 20-minute episodes. What the hell?
But on the other side of things, I do quite like the fact that they tell you the story and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have filler to pad out the extra 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. They can make it
So
however long
if
it
the story's done in
typically
half
need.
an hour, we'll just finish.
Yeah.
So I do like that bit of it, but I also don't like it because of the uncertainty and the planning and So I'm still in two minds as to my preferences as to it. something just flashed white on my corner of my eye. I can't. There it is. Solar canopy support arm. This one. Not done. Why is it not done? There it is. Done now. Something over here. Solar panel canopy trim. Some of this. Is it all the same? No, not all trims are created equal.
Yeah, now it's the thing of just sort of moving over everything. Trying to find any little potential bits.
No, he's still shown as being needing to be done, but can't find anything on there at all. Oh, unless it's that. Is that? No. That trim the same. That trim's the front. The trim goes around the front of each panel. There we go. That's all done. Let's bring up the list.
Yeah. Let's see what all we've got.
Water tank rims. Converter pipe is only 98% done. What's a converter pipe? Obviously a pipe. Hell? There's something about elbow. It's these.
In the chat, Bobbin says, skip Obi-Wan, it's trash. I do not agree.
Oh no, I don't agree. I enjoyed Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Rebels had the best droid in all of Star Wars. Talking about Chopper.
Chopper, the little psychopath. I mean, he's awesome, but he's a psychopath.
He's definitely got something wrong with him, yeah. What's a converter pipe?
I don't know.
No pipes around here. Oh, this is a converter unit. So there's a converter pipe. There we go.
Yep.
Right. Intake elbow pipes. That was these.
There's one over on this side.
Got to be little groupy bits on the insides of somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've got that nasty seam down the middle of them as well, which... There we go. Solar canopy support arms. Yeah, it's been there. Go. And lower platform panels. It's going to be this platform here, isn't it? Yeah, around the edge of there. This one. And this one. Yay, completed.
It still says 99%.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, there we go.
Finish for me.
It took a little while.
Cool. Right, let's continue. There we go, that's all of them done. So, what should we do now? Spanish villa, excavator, submarine, aquarium, mansion, fireplane, desert parlour. That sounds quite interesting. Let's do the desert. Oh no, we've just done the desert. Let's go and do something different to the desert. How different to the desert can we get? Let's do
The aquarium.
excavator. Yeah, the aquarium. Why not? I assume you've got the Muckingham Files Part 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just finished the bonus job, so that's okay. Yeah, this is filthy.
Yeah. Sorts of bright colors that are supposed to be in here that are just covered. Yuck.
Let's just... Yeah, I think I'll stick with the trident. I like it. Fishies. People like fish. Bobbins will be happy as there's fish here. Look.
Are they still alive? Yeah,
They're moving around. It might just be the current blowing them around. I can't really tell, but
yeah. I was under the impression that saltwater fish and stuff like that were pretty delicate, actually, and it's
but
hard
not
to
dirty
keep them
inside the
going.
tanks.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't take much to screw up the water quality, make it inhospitable. And considering
Stuff
everything
about the
else, I
pelican.
would expect that the water filters to be covered in the same gook as
Yeah, this is true.
walls. And who's coming in here to feed them?
They're obviously eating each other.
Yeah.
Fish are only fun if you can slap people with them, says Gemma. But the bobbin says fish, and he's put his thumb up a fish. I'm not sure if the roof is meant to be the inside of a whale or the outside of the bottom of a whale.
Yeah.
That sort of look
I
to
don't
it,
know.
that sort of shape.
Maybe it's just supposed to Look like the sun coming through waves.
What's this thing? Gift shop. I found the gift shop. Restricted access. Ooh. Certainly going to go in the restricted access area.
Oh, hell yeah. With any luck, they'll have, like a secret lab that they've developed a sharktopus or something.
Don't know about that, but I found a ladder.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I've got into it.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive ladder. Okay. Yeah, that's a big tank.
But I've got the wrong side of the glass as well, but I can only clean half the glass because the other half's on the outside. That's quite interesting.
Huh. Oh, is the tank empty? Alright.
Got a giant clam with a pearl in it.
It's probably plastic.
Oh, definitely a real one, I can tell.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure slapping people with fish is frowned upon anyway by, fish.
Yeah, the fish probably wouldn't be as into it, but most people that have been slapped by fish probably aren't that into it themselves. It's the
No,
slappers, the
there's
slappies.
probably a small niche of people that enjoyed it, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, there's no doubt of that. Ceiling. Oh, it's a seahorse.
I want to find the outside of that window.
It'd be kind of interesting if they started us off in here, and to finish out the level, we actually have to go outside and clean the outside of the building too.
Yeah.
Normally, it's just one or the other that this game does. Be kind of neat if we clean off a big aquarium window, and then there's just something inside looking back out at you. Oh, I found their shark tank.
Yeah, yes, there's the outside of the window. That is very clever, actually, doing both sides of the same bit of glass.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'd done the whole middle section, but obviously I haven't.
Yeah, you'll end up seeing bits that you missed, and then you have to hop back and forth from one side to the other several times.
So we're not going to get all of this done tonight.
No.
It's we're 21% of the way through. We got through a bit, so not a problem. You think you're around next week?
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Yeah,
I think Jeff is still not about next week, so we'll
Okay.
probably return back to this unless I can find something else to do in the between times.
Okay. Sounds fine to me.
Problem. Let's. I'm gonna get this window done, and I'll go inside and get the other half of the window done to get this window finished. So I feel like I've accomplished something.
All right.
Then we'll call it a night. So I'm probably gonna have to come back outside and do the last bits on the outside that I missed. I thought I'd got them all, but I haven't. I can't tell, because I can't put the dirt finder on, because it's just going to find the dirt on the other side of the window.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes it tricky to know which side's flashing. That's true.
So yes, tomorrow night Katie is returning to Planet Crafting.
Okay.
She should finish the main game this week, so I don't know how far away the DLC is.
I don't know.
So it looks pretty done, from what I've seen of it. But
Yeah, you can always
never
move it
tell
over
with
to
these
the experimental branch on.
yeah,
again,
I'm always a little bit
Steam.
wary about doing that.
Yeah.
Things can go hideously wrong. So
Yeah, as I know it's all available in there. Watched another streamer that I enjoy popped in there and played around a bit with some of the things that you can do. Just trying to figure it out. And it seems like they've added quite a bit of stuff in one big chunk.
yeah. So it'd be nice to be able to nip back and forth between them, but the resources to do it might be a bit scarce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's tomorrow night. Tuesday I'm returning back to more Assassin's Creed Shadows. And Wednesday I'm back at the bench. I've got something. I think I've got something sorted out for Wednesday, but I need to finally find it and get it all sorted. That should be something else happening. So I've got plenty of time between now and then to sort it out, because it's a bank holiday and I'm not working till after then. So all good stuff. Nearly there. 8%. Can't tell what's the window, and no good using the dirt finder because it's just showing up all the dirt on the room the other side of the window. Is this the first time we've actually had glass that we can see through?
It might be.
I can't remember any others.
You mention it, it's usually just sort of a reflective, opaque surface that...
There we go. It just dinged, so I'm sure I got it all.
Okay.
So, thank you all for watching. Chat, as ever, has been a bit quiet today, but, you know you're still there. So, we'll see you for more of this, probably, next week.
Yeah.
And maybe the week after, if Jeff's back and Dan's available, we might do a little bit of Escape Sim. So, we'll see you for something next week, and for something else a couple of weeks' time. So thank you all for watching. Stay safe. Have a pleasant one. At least the one clean side of the glass dinged without the other side being clean. Yes, it's true. Yes, I was happy for that to have happened.
Yeah. So that's good. So you can be sure that one side of it's done, and you can focus on the other.
Yeah. So thank you all. Stay safe. We'll see you soon for more. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.
Bye.